We've all been there, right? You've got that one amazing piece of hardware, your main PC, that powers everything you do, but you also kind of hate it. It's loud, it kicks out a ton of heat, and it takes up all this space on or under your desk.
It's the classic trade-off. You want all that power, but you don't really want the industrial plant that comes with it sitting next to your coffee mug.
Exactly. Well, today we're doing a deep dive on a piece of hardware that claims to fix that exact problem. It's the NTI ST-IPUSB4K-LC.
Which is a bit of a mouthful.
It is, yeah. The documentation calls it a low-cost 4K HDMI USB KVM extender over IP.
Forget the name. The idea here is really simple. It's about spatial freedom. This little box lets you take that noisy, hot computer and, stick it in a closet or a server room.
How far away are we talking?
Up to 328 feet, so basically the length of a football field away. And you still have your monitor, your keyboard, and your mouse right there on your desk.
And just to be super clear for everyone listening, this isn't some kind of remote desktop software, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about laggy internet streaming.
Oh, absolutely not. This is pure hardware. It's KVM over IP. It basically just takes your video and USB signals, packages them up, and shoots them over a standard network cable.
And that's the real magic here, I think. The specs say it all runs over a single CT6 or CT7 cable.
Right. One thin little cable instead of that. That thick, messy bundle of HDMI and USB cords you'd normally need. It's a huge cleanup.
Okay, but I have to push back a little on the 4K claim. Whenever I see 4K being sent over these long distances, there's usually a catch.
And you're right to be skeptical. There is a catch. The refresh rate. It supports that full Ultra HD 4K resolution, 3840 by 2160,
Wow.
but it's capped at 30 hertz.
Oh, okay. So you're probably not using this for your high-end gaming setup.
Definitely not. For anything with fast motion, 30 hertz is going to feel a bit choppy, but if you drop the resolution to 1080p, you get a full 60 hertz.
So what's the 4K for then?
Think about things where razor-sharp detail matters more than fluid motion, like CAD work, medical imaging, looking at complex financial data. For that stuff, resolution is king. And that's where the color handling comes in. It supports something called YUV 4.4.4.
Okay, hold on. We see that on spec sheets all the time. In plain English, what does that actually mean for the person sitting at the desk?
It's all about compression. A lot of these extenders, they cheat a little. They compress the color information to save bandwidth, and the result is that small text can look blurry or have these weird colored edges.
Right, like a bad JPEG.
Exactly like that. YUV 4.4.4 means no color compression. Zero. The text on your screen 300 feet away looks pixel for pixel identical to how it would if you were plugged right into the machine.
So it's built for precision over speed. Got it. Now, you mentioned 328 feet. Is that a hard limit?
That's for a direct point-to-point connection, yeah. Just
Okay.
the transmitter on one end and the receiver on the other. But because this is over IP, you can put a network switch in the middle.
Which lets you do what? Split the signal to multiple desks?
Precisely. You can have a point-to-many setup, one powerful computer broadcasting to several workstations. But, and this is important, adding a switch cuts the distance. It drops to 164 feet from the switch to each unit.
And I'm guessing you can't just use any cheap switch you've got lying around for that.
No, definitely not. The documentation is very clear. If you're doing point-to-many, you need a managed network switch that can handle that kind of dedicated traffic flow properly. You don't want your mouse clicks getting lost in a bottleneck.
Speaking of clicks, I saw one small feature that feels huge for anyone in IT. Hot pluggable USB.
Oh, it's a lifesaver. It just means if a keyboard dies and you want to swap a mouse, you can just unplug it and plug in a new one. You don't have to walk down to the server room to reboot the whole computer. It just works.
And it seems to work with almost anything. It lists compatibility with Windows, Linux, Mac, FreeBSD, and even Sun Microsystems.
Seeing Sun on a spec sheet these days really tells you who this is for, doesn't it? It means this thing is built to be rock solid in complex, even legacy industrial environments.
Which brings us to the price. The source we're looking at lists as around $440. For a home user, that feels pretty steep for an adapter.
If you think of it as just a cable extender, yeah, it's a lot. But in the professional world, for zero latency KVM over IP with true 4K support, that's aggressively low cost, similar pro gear can easily cost thousands of dollars.
So it actually earns that low-cost part of its name, just in a different context.
Without a doubt.
It really changes the whole architecture of an office.
Yeah.
If this kind of tech becomes the standard, we might not even see computer towers at desks anymore.
It completely decouples the user from the machine.
Which leads us with a final question for you to mull over. If your computer doesn't need to be in the same room, or even on the same floor as you, Why do we still design our workspaces around desk clutter? Maybe the real future of the PC is that it becomes completely invisible. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.